Guys, Queen and Handyman here. Today we're installing a Rogue pull-up bar, and I'm almost done, halfway done, but I just wanted to make a quick video for you guys. So one of the things you need to figure out whenever you're hanging these things is how do your joists go in the ceiling, you know, because your joists can run this way or they could run this way. And so you want to make sure that you're going on that one joist. So what we did is we pulled down a little section here underneath this stuff so we didn't mess up the ceiling. And this is what the homeowner drilled a couple holes, some pilot holes, and he found the stud. And so typically the joists are 16 inches on center, running across, especially in the older homes, they were really, really precise. Some of the new homes today, the guys aren't very precise. It could be 16, it could be 17, could be 15 and a half. Today's housing is crap compared to the old. So this is a really nice old house. And so these ceiling joists are they're dead center on 16 inches on center. So we measured over 16 inches. We found this stud. You always want to pre-drill your hole. And I just used just a small drill bit. We're overkilling it. So we're going with a 1/2 inch lag bolt. And I think this is 4 inches long. Let's see, it is 4.5 inches long. So a lag bolt and a washer. And so what you want to do is we drill a pilot hole before we put the arm up even. So you drill a pilot hole to make sure that there is a stud there, and you want to go all the way up into the stud, make sure it goes all the way through. This ceiling is actually lath and plaster. So lath is a 1/4 inch piece of wood with plaster over the top of it. So you could drill up thinking that you're actually drilling through a joist when you're actually just drilling through a piece of lath and think that you have wood up there. And you need to be able to go all the way up with a strong, if you just punch through, that's not your ceiling joist, that's nothing. So you really want to make sure that the bit fully bites all the way up to the ceiling. Once you have that done and you know where it is, you then basically just want to take your measurements. Just measure, you know, if this one goes in and it's nice and square, I just measured from the room. So what I did was I came off this piece of trim here and measured over, you know, whatever distance I needed to, and I did the same thing from here and measured that to make sure it was square in the ceiling. Once you get that one set, you can just copy, you know, whatever distance, we did 48 inches on the center. And so we just measured over that distance from A to B. And again, the same thing, came off this back piece, matching the same distance from here to here, and then here to here, so that again, it is square in the room. If you don't do that, the bar will be lopsided and off kilter, and that will kind of mess with your head when you're trying to do pull-ups. So when you get to these big, thick lag bolts, like in these 1/2 inchers, if you just tried, and I have done this in the past, if you try just to, you know, go like this and then start just, you know, going into the ceiling, you can literally shred this whole thing. This will literally snap in half. And you do not want that. Once it snaps in half, you can't use that hole. You have to move it and start all over again. So what you want to do is pre-drill your hole. And this, I went down 2 sizes from this one because I really want this to bite in because it's holding weight. I went down 2 sizes in my drill bit. You can see the drill bit smaller there. But this allows me to at least get something going. And it reduces the amount of pressure that I have to put against this thing, and this thing typically won't break. It's hard to do. When it gets down towards the bottom, it gets tight because this is a lot fatter down here than it is through here. But if you pre-drill, you're in good shape. Okay. All right, so what we're going to do now is drill our pre-hole, our pilot hole for the big lag bolts. I'm wearing a mask because I don't know if there's lead paint in the ceiling or whatnot. So we're just going to wear some protection. Okay, here we go. All right. So
then we can start threading that up by hand, and then use your ratchet tool.
All right, so we've got all the bolts now in. There's 8 bolts, and one of the things when you're going in with these 1/2-inch lags is when you get down towards getting it all the way up in there, it's going to get harder and harder and harder to turn. And what you don't want to do is have the bolt break off. So when you're turning like that, you're actually creating heat in that bolt, which then, the hotter it gets, the softer the metal becomes, and then that's just when you can snap it off. So what I typically do is I will just start cranking it down. When it starts to get tight, I'll do a couple of cranks. I'll just take a break. I'll go over to a different bolt. I'll just start cranking on that one, and then I'll come back and slowly finish it. What you don't want to do is just freaking keep reefing on it, because it will snap on you. And again, it sucks because you got to move everything and start all over again, because you can't use that same hole anymore. But other than that, that's it. So yeah, it's almost done. We just need this was like a secondhand kit. So we're missing some of the parts that hold the bar in place. So we ordered those, and those will be coming. But I'm just gonna do one pull up here from a dead hang.
Nice.
Well, maybe I'll do 2. Well.
Oh, maybe you'll just do 3.
Maybe one more. And those are actually really good. Maybe one more. Anyway.
Nice.